Hello, my name is John Trevors and I am a Senior Valuer and Auctioneer here at Dominic Winter Auctions. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to our forthcoming sale on the 26th of June of the library of the late Martin Orskey. Martin was a perfectly ordinary man, but with an extraordinary mind that was perfectly suited to the search for and the acquisition of rare and wonderful books. These are not the books from a book dealer's stock. They are Martin's personal and private library. They are books he kept because they were exquisite or rare examples of their type, or because they amused him and gave him pleasure. His mischievous sense of humour, combined with exquisite connoisseurship, is perfectly represented by this auction catalogue. Now, I knew Martin for 30 years and we would often buy and sell things together, and every trip to see a library or a client was an adventure, and every journey was accompanied by stories and gossip that was often scurrilous, usually libelous, often self-deprecating, and always funny. We even ended up writing a book together. Well, I wrote it, and Martin, with his phenomenal contacts and energy, was able to source all the illustrations seemingly from out of nowhere. Creating this catalogue of Martin's collection has been an honour and a privilege, and has involved all of us here at Dominic Winters in some degree or other. I hope you can attend the sale either in person or online, and if you do manage to secure a book or a picture from this collection, I hope it brings you as much pleasure as they gave Martin. My colleague Nathan Winter will now describe for you a few of the highlights from this forthcoming sale.
Thank you, John. We are indeed delighted to present this collection at auction next week on the 26th of June. It is an exceptional library full of rarities and extraordinary texts. The sale has been arranged chronologically, so we start with a 1450 Book of Hours and we move through the centuries to the mid to late 19th century. Subjects covered include science, English literature, alchemy, history, politics, medicine, economics, gastronomy, typography, trade catalogues, Americana, natural history. So it covers a whole range of human interest there. And all the lots are, generally speaking, in very fine or beautiful condition, and that's one of its main features. I'll show you a few highlights from the sale. So the first lot in the sale is this beautiful Book of Hours, 1450 period prayer book for private devotion, containing 12 full-page miniatures or illuminated miniatures in gold, liquid gold and colours. It is complete with all the calendar at the front, the names of the saints. From the names of the saints you can locate the area in which the book was produced. It's all handwritten. It's in a mid-19th century binding with its box, and is estimated at £10,000 to £15,000. The second item I've picked out for you is this rather handsome binding for King Charles, a royal binding by the royal binder, Samuel Meehan. He was the only one licensed to use the royal ciphers on the binding here, and therefore this book would have been specially made for the king, perhaps to be given out as a kind of gift or present to one of his courtiers. It's on a book called English Military Discipline, so you'd imagine it might be for someone going into the army, for instance. Estimate on that is £1,500 to £2,000. The next item I think I would like to show you is one of my favourites. Not surprisingly, it's a print. It's entitled The Complete Auctioneer. It's by an engraver called Sutton Nichols, who worked for various map makers in the early 18th century, and it's the very first representation of a book auction in printed form, from about circa 1700. It's a wonderful scene with the auctioneer with his glasses and a table full of these books with titles showing on their spines. and we use it. We liked it so much we used it for the cover of the catalogue. The estimate is just 500 to 800. Another of the lots of interest from the point of view of natural history, Americana for instance, is the set of George Edwards' Natural History of Uncommon Birds. The full set of 7 volumes, 1743 to 51, bound in contemporary tree carve. Hundreds of fine hand-coloured plates, all in excellent condition. The author was so careful about the colouring of each plate in each copy of the book that he provided a template for the colourists to copy from. So the quality is extraordinary. The estimate on this lot is £8,000 to £12,000. Well, that's it really. The sale takes place, as we said, next week on Wednesday, the 26th of June. It starts at 10 a.m. We'd be delighted to see you there if you can possibly make it. Thank you.